The importance of today, of course, is fully recognized by all of us. And therefore, the South African consulate in Mumbai and some of the other members went to Mumbai International Airport, the cargo terminal this morning, to oversee the last preparations before the load got uploaded on the Emirates flight that left early this morning, and it's en route to South Africa. We also, not only recognizing the importance of the day, we also used the opportunity to express our deep appreciation to the government of India, the people of India, and also all the other stakeholders that were responsible for making today happen, which included the Serum Institute of India, Emirates, the Mumbai International Airport Cargo, as well as the shipping agency, EFL. And I must say, all of us were extremely impressed by the professional service that we witnessed. It was wonderful to see the two pallets and know that it's en route to South Africa.
Of course, there's always that conversation about the complexity of the transportation and the storage. Give us a sense of how complex this process was and all the protocols in terms of COVID-19 that had to be undergone to ensure that this is a successful process.
Sure. No, you're absolutely right. There was a lot of hard work done behind the scenes, many players involved, and of course, we are extremely thankful and appreciative of the hard work that was done by the government of India. As I said, the Serum Institute. I mean, just the science and the technology and the logistics that goes into arranging a shipment of a vaccine. It baffles the mind when one sees what is involved, especially in terms of making sure that the temperature remains stable throughout the flight. They took us through the terminal this morning, as you can see also from the pictures that we've shared that we took this morning. I must say, Mumbai International Airport, the cargo terminal, is renowned for the professional service, the high standard of service that they render. And as I said, we were extremely impressed by what we witnessed this morning at the airport.
What does this arrival of the vaccines mean for the South Africa and India relations, especially specifically in relation to the follow-up dosages that are going to be sent from the Serum Institute? What conversations are being held here?
Sure. No, absolutely. You know, we took a banner that you can see the pictures of, which said, in the spirit of solidarity and enduring relations between India and South Africa. And I think that captures the essence also of what why we went to the airport this morning, because that was also the message that we wanted to convey, that South Africa and India relations are deep, they are historic, and it's also a strategic partnership. And together, of course, we cooperate in the fight against the spread of the coronavirus, which was evident also in what happened today. And as you rightly say, there are more shipments that we are expected to leave India in the next month and in later months. And, you know, this just consolidates this very deep relation that we have, which is not only historic, but it's also economic and political relations that are alive and well. And, you know, one very important aspect of today's event is that in India and all over the world, we celebrated yesterday, or commemorated yesterday, the 73rd death anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. And I think today is just a wonderful occasion to commemorate this man and what he meant for relations. And we were very humbled, you know, to also, in our banner, as we also showed, to also recognize him and the role that other leaders, such as Mandela, played in solidifying these excellent relations between the two countries.
Truly significant that. But beyond the bilateral relationship, there's also the regional relationship, both South Africa and India being part of the BRICS community of nations. How significant is this consideration in relation to this development of India being the first supplier to South Africa of vaccine doses?
No, absolutely, you're right. This is quite significant that we found a BRICS partner to assist South Africa, which is very appropriate. And it's significant for relations. You know, we're members of the developing world, we're members of the global south. We are cooperating in the United Nations, in BRICS and in other fora to also fight for equality, fight for to eradicate poverty. So this is very significant, and I think, you know, also the cooperation that we have in other forums like the World Trade Organization, where South Africa and India are also cooperating in terms of making the vaccine more available to the developing world and to the rest of the world, just signifies the importance of the relations and our deep relations are between South Africa and India.
Yeah. Is there any conversation being held about the concern all over the world about the new vaccines not being able to respond to the emerging variants and different ones in different parts of the world, and the efficacy of this particular vaccine in relation to this conversation about being able to be effective against variants?
Yes, no, definitely. And the conversation in India is also, you know, it's alive and well, considering, you know, every day there's news of a new mutation. So especially India, that's considered the vaccination factory of the world. This conversation is very much part of the daily routine. But I must say, one has to also recommend or commend India for the work that they've done in rolling out the vaccines, not only in India but also to the neighbors. I'm sure you are aware that most of the neighbors and also many other countries have received vaccine doses from India as part of a grant. So the enormous work that is being done, the amount of research that's going on in India, one really has to commend the enormous work that is being done in the fight against the spread of this global pandemic.
All right, so this conversation